Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Gonzalez. I will present my persuasive speech today. I am referring to the stroke. That will be my title for today, A Guide for a Better Life. At a time, I explained that I have been working as a certified personal trainer for the last 5 years and have had some personal and professional experiences in this field. For that reason, I have been very close to people with those diseases that many times need long-term treatments. And let me tell you something, most of the time I've seen more or less the same reactions in patients, their families, and a lot of people when I have the opportunity to explain my job on those complex diseases. For them, I changing their lifestyle, physical activity, proper diet, and physical and occupational therapy are not always accepted practices when confronted with this type of conditions. Some of you may think, why is Carlos, a young guy, so interested in this terrible disease? Why does he select this complex topic rather than an easy one? Why stroke? Well, I will give you some data and you will understand why this disease is so important. According to the American Stroke Association, each year about 795,000 Americans suffer a new or recurrent stroke. 20% of those cases die. 60% has a temporary disability and 40% a permanent disability. On average, one stroke occurs every 40 seconds in the US. On average, every 4 minutes someone dies of a stroke. Stroke kills more than 137,000 people every year. It is the third cause of death after diseases of the heart and cancer. 5 in every 10 people over 40 years old are risk factors that can cause a stroke. Americans paid about $73.7 billion in 2010 for stroke-related medical costs and disability. Now, according to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders, stroke occurs when a blood vessel in the brain bursts or when a blockage develops. Now, I also said that the brain cells function requires a constant delivery of oxygen and glucose from the bloodstream. When brain cells are deprived of oxygen, they begin to die within minutes. This simple conclusion allows you to understand why a stroke can cause a long-term disability. I have also mentioned something very important. Rehabilitation helps patients regain lost skills and learn to compensate for damages that can't be undone. As any other disease, if we want to avoid or prevent a stroke, we have to analyze its causes. That's why the most important idea I want to convey to you today is how to prevent this disease or how to overcome its symptoms if possible. Well, we can prevent this disease by having a healthy diet, doing physical exercise, avoiding smoking, avoiding drinking, controlling diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, and very important, avoiding stress and depression. But if someone is already suffering from this disease, then this is the time to start the rehabilitation process as soon as possible. Physical, occupational, speech therapy will also play an important role in this rehabilitation process. The family and the therapist must be able to encourage the cooperation of the patient during therapy. It is one of the worst times in the process. In conclusion, we can say that there is a serious, silent, and deadly disease known as a stroke that is lurking many of us. Now we know that we can prevent a high percentage of these brain attacks with the right information if we can take into account the risk factors. We already know that after the symptoms of the stroke appear, we can do a lot of things to improve the patient's quality of life. Listen, we must act now. With all this information and advice, we can help our family, friends, neighbors, and everyone else to avoid these bad and dangerous experiences. It is our duty to turn this information into positive action. Let's live a better life. We all can do it. Let me show you some of the references that helped me get this information today. 1, the American Stroke Association. 2, the American Heart Association. 3, the Brain Attack Coalition. 4, the U.S. National Library of Medicine. Now 5th, the American Journal of Nursing. 6, the National Institute on Neurological Disorders and Stroke. Now, thank you. It has been a pleasure to share all this with you. I really thank you for your company and your attention here today. Have a great day.
Thank you.